Hello there. Hello there, collective. How are you doing this morning? Hello there, every single one of you. My name is Kim, and I need you to come on in here and get comfortable. Welcome to my channel. This is Mirror Mirror. Some of you know me from before. For about 3 years, you knew me as Auntie Greyrock. Well, welcome back. You know me from my first channel. Mirror, mirror, we're going to keep going with this one. We love to discuss every despicable ploy, every toxic technique used by the toxically inclined or the drastically difficult people that you get to deal with. I'm promoting the art of self-love on all levels, and then I want you to design from what you learn here. You design your own tailored, just for you specifically, in your own skin, your best self-healing strategies that you work out for yourself, especially if you already have a support group or system and a licensed professional. My channel is not, I'm not a doctor. It's not for you to use in replacement for actual medical assistant. We're doing energy work. This channel's posted on YouTube to help your most authentic self to grow your soul collective, to overcome all that noise out there, all that nonsense out there in the real world. That's a scary place, isn't it? Allow yourself, but don't you be afraid. That's why you're coming here to spend time with me. So you don't have to watch the news. It's on you. I would just watch as much as, to kind of know what's going on, but don't spend hours and hours scaring yourself scrolling and clicking and scrolling and clicking. It's just not worth it on your poor nerves. We will find a way. We always find a way. We're human beings. We have a lot in common with ants. Ants. A-N-T-S, ants. As far as human behavior is mirrored by ants. Isn't nature wonderful? Okay, now, I need you to get access to your own brand of your own inner peace going inwards, and you easily are able to magnetize your own soul without anybody's permission or telling you can't do it. It's none of their beeswax. In order for you to end the drama or the chaos perpetrated upon you and others by your difficult people. Now then, I'm going to be using the tarot for clarification, but I channeled this message from Holy Spirit during my meditation earlier. So, why narcissists get away with power trips and how to stop that. I'm going to try to optimize my search engine, so I'm going to try. I have to learn how to do this stuff all over again. Hashtag narcissist, hashtag tarot. Now this video, this one here, and you need to look at the first 2 videos. On Auntie Greyrock, I had up to like 1,700 videos. Well, right now we're working on 3. You got to start somewhere, huh? So this video has, the tarot reading dares to tap into why narcissists get away with, I know they get away with a lot, huh? But I'm going to focus just on power trips. The narcissists, they know. Because they do. They've been doing this a real long time before they got their hooks into you. They know how it is already seductive. All right, now you get the children out of the room because we talk about grown-up things that will confound and confuse and irritate the children. So you just get them on their way now. But the narcissists, they know. how it's already seductive to assign fault to you, and only you, collective, to escape accountability or to escape doing work, especially on their shadow self, or to do work on your connection or your marriage. Our discussions, and you guys need to leave me comments that are, they've got to be at least 8 words, darlings. Our discussions eventually will, because it did before. It took a little time, so I'm not going to worry about it. And I already gave St. Michael permission to help me with the algorithms. 2, well, you can help me out by watching the whole video. I know that. Sharing the video, subscribe, hit like. Well, our discussions eventually will identify every technique used by a toxic person or even an actual NPD. It's just a personality disorder. There's all kinds of personality disorders, and everyone, life doesn't end because you have a personality disorder. So they're actually a narcissist, just has a personality. That's all it is. And our soul tribe, we share stories as to what these miscreants do to us, and how we tamed ourselves, especially if we couldn't leave. A lot of us just couldn't leave. But those that did, they came back to support those of us who couldn't go no contact. And that was a wonderful soul tribe. And I know that we're going to grow our soul tribe here. Don't you worry. But our soul tribe promote self-healing, self-love, all self-love practices to enrich your spiritual growth by we use the tarot and oracles and such. I'm not real sure if I have tarot cards from US Games, but I use my cards because I have the copyright on these. These are my cards. I created them in watercolor so that I could use them. So I use my cards because I don't know if I'm allowed to use, regular cards. So I figured to just do it this way. Leave me a comment. Leave me a comment and tell me if I'm making a good decision. Make sure it's 8 words or more so that we help that algorithm along and do what we can do ourselves, eh? Watch the first 2 videos and share the love that way. And then subscribe. Now, the very first one, I'm learning how to upload and, because it's different now than it was when I did it. Got set up 3 years ago, because once you got set up, you're good to go. So the first one that I uploaded was the nighttime reading. That's just like a tarot card reading. It covered a meditation. This is why on my channel sometimes you have to get the children out of the room because they're going to be real curious. What is that? What are you talking about? We're not doing anything wrong because we're not. We're working in the heart space. So that first video, we did a meditation that's called a heart chakra. The children out of the room. It's called a heart chakra orgasm because that is a real thing. I didn't just pull it out of my behiney or make it up. It's a real thing. And it's quite the fun little meditation because it's used on people that you do not like. You would never get this close to them or let them in your personal space, much less them running at you at a full clip. So that you can get some heart space work done. It's a meditation. We're not doing anything we're not supposed to do. It's just that's a specific word. But your heart can be filled with so much joy that it bursts. The big O. It's a meditation. Why? this is the person that you're going to be directing your heart chakras light to. You do not like them. And there will be no love lost probably between you and this person in the 3D. We do this in the 5D, by the way. Because it would be just too awkward, wouldn't it, if it was in the 3D. There's usually no love lost between you. This could be a boss, a coworker, a family member, your mate. Well, we do this meditation. It's between you and the narcissist or the bully. Narcissists are bullies. We can interchange those words. We don't hate the narcissist on this channel. We actually help them so that our lives get better. We do energy work so that it's easy on us, especially if you cannot go no contact. For whatever reason, you can't. And you don't want to lose your mind. So you come here and spend time with me. And I show you all these different things that we do. And then you can go off and you take what I teach you and you work that in, design your own meditations. Got it? Because we later on in another video, I will do the same. It's a heart chakra, or are the children out of the room? I mean it. It's between you and not everyone can be a twin flame, but on my channel I talk about every human on this earth, no matter what you do or don't believe in, carries twin flame energy. Even dogs and cats and animals out in nature each have to have that feminine and masculine inside their energies in order to survive in nature in the world. Even if you're just a critter. We're mammals too. Humans are mammals. We're mammals too. So we're part of nature. So we don't hate on the narcissist here. We help them out by saying these prayers and doing these meditations and such. But no, you can't have the children in the room when we do it for someone you like. And again, we're not doing it. Everyone has their clothes on. Are we clear? You can do this procedure and everyone has their clothes on. It's nothing inappropriate. It's a meditation and a prayer. That's all it is. So that we can help the algorithm out. So, what we do this work here on Mirror Mirror so that each soul family member and your loved ones, around you that work with you, the narcissists and bullies don't really work with you all the time. Well, we improve everything in your situation by backing up your authentic self to beat them at their own game. To go to the playlist, it's a very tiny playlist, but still hit the like and subscribe on those on these videos as they you can't, I guess, over subscribe, but you can over like. You can like to your little heart's content. I encourage you to like and like and like as we keep building up the library here. Now, yesterday's video used white light meditation, see? And we're going to do a variation on the white light meditation to keep them tamed. That's why we do it in some way, fashion, or form every day. Now, these are a list of ways that a narcissist dares to tap into the anointed one, that's you, in order to perpetrate harm on you by power tripping on you. Part of that would be called, being an a-hole. Are the children out of the room? Now, empaths, you are healed. My calling is to pull in empaths because we are the yummiest narcissistic supply. Because we are. They don't like that inferior where they have to get emergency, just out of the blue. Because we won't give them, we're starving them. Because you can. Namely by saying no, even though you tell them no. all the time on my channel. You get comfortable with it. You don't care if they're going to blow up at you. They're going to blow up. No matter what you try to do to keep them from blowing up, they're going to blow up. They'll find a reason to blow up. They can't help it. It's all they know. And that's sad. Now, due to the abuse, they're very abusive because they can get, if you're happy and they suck the life out of you, it's not as yummy as if they've got you ticked off up in your own head, up in your feelings, feeling that you're inferior, feeling that you aren't good enough, feeling that you're not worthy. Well, then manipulating, that is a form of abuse mentally. It sure is. Due to the abuse that empaths have suffered or experienced. And I know, because I do this, you teach yourself to become emotionally numb, you bet. I know I did. Thank God I leveled up about 50 times since this nightmare began. I'm saying, 5 years ago? During the, when it was just the coronavirus. You know, no one would wear masks, but there was no vaccine. Well, 5 years ago, I went numb because of that COVID nightmare we went through. Empaths will mirror their abusers, though, at one point when you get fed up. So they pull power trips on you all the time. But at one point, after you've leveled up enough, that's what happened in my case. They start power tripping. I'll tell you what, especially your shadow soul team. Those are your really old angels and ancestors. And your usual spirit team. You know, your whole team over on the divine. But once you get to a point where I'm not doing this anymore, and you've said that a gajillion times before, and it just never, well, something in you shifted. That's what I saw during the meditation this morning. You start mirroring them. You start doing to them what they do to you. And you know what? They get really ticked off at you for treating them that way. And you're like, if I had $1 for every time you did that to me in 39 years to mine, I would be a wealthy woman. You knew what I was going to say, didn't you? You start doing to them, and you don't have anything malicious because you're grounded, balanced, and centered, and you know your true, authentic self. You're not in your ego getting revenge and trying to cause them pain. You're kind of doing an experiment. They say it with all the hate and vitriol in their voice in order to terrorize you, and you just start in your grounded, balanced, centered self. You just start the same. You provoke them, but it's like, did you know that you made a mistake? Because see, any criticism, they're going to lose their mind, right? But you're not saying you're making a mistake. You know, that would be, no, you're asking for it. I do not suggest you do that. You go, well, you did really good today because I teach you to do this. It's what I do. You did really good today. We got along pretty good today. I really appreciate that you, right? And then you tell them, you set a boundary. But you had a problem with this. Here comes the critique. And they're going to bristle no matter, you can't sugarcoat it or nothing, and quit doing that. But I can see how you worked hard to change this before because you were having a problem with that before and you did it today. Got it? You tell them something that's positive and give them credit. In real time, in the here and now, in the present tense, not something they did yesterday or blah, 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 they're going to take you on a circular conversation into hell. No. And you don't let them interrupt you, and you're brief, like hit and run, to break up their brain. Just like Caesar Romero, the dog whisperer. If you go, I swear to you, to your narcissist, it works just like it does on your dogs that are fighting. It'll make them stop fighting. Your dogs. Well, your narcissist is wondering, why did you do that to me? And you look up what gray rocking is. And that's what I do. I gray rock him. You look up what that is so that you figure out a way for you to use gray rock. I can tell you what it is, but I can't teach you how to use it. And you'll use it in different ways, all these different ways, because it's wonderful. Now then. After processing all the pain and suffering and bollocksing that are the children out of the room, that the empath's tormentors cause, it's not just usually one person. We usually, empaths get to take on a whole gauntlet and fleet of this crapola all the time. Now, the empath will pocket their compassion so they don't get out of pocket. You pocket your compassion. This is what I do. And then you shovel that same crap that the abuser used on the empath on you, and you just push that back on the abuser. And when they go, well, you did that, you tell them, I'm doing this to you because you've done it to me 100,000 times. I did it to you so that you would get the point. And now I'm setting a boundary. You're not going to do that to me anymore. And go ahead and blow up and whatever. I don't care. We're done talking. And you walk away and you go do you. You go into your space, your sanctuary that they're not allowed to go into. Oh, by the way, you set that boundary. You're not allowed in my room. I still live with mine in the same house. He tries, of course, they got to test those boundaries. And even if he's doing it subconsciously, sure he was. He still thinks it's his house. Well, not this room. Since I figured some stuff out about you and leveled up, you're not allowed in this room. Because you're not. He goes, okay. And he backs out and he shuts the door. And then he hears me lock it. I don't care. You look at it. I don't care. It's noise. Now you're noise. You're just noise to me. I set a boundary and I'm sticking to it. And I'm going to keep doing it this way in the future, and there's nothing you're going to do about it. Because I'm not doing it this way anymore. You have to start somewhere. And you're using an assertive voice, not a bitchy one, because they'll just tune you out. They're fascinated, Snake, fascinated that somehow you got out of whatever they did to tie you into knots and you're not in knots. Why are you so calm? I know, she went to watch that Auntie Grey Rock. Oh, yeah, that's me. And I had cross watches over on Auntie Grey Rock, and I used to go round and round with them. But they were fascinated. They were being loved on, somehow, energetically. And that their people were no longer snake fascinated by their venom and their poison and their ways. So, why? Because at one point, you're going to turn into what an empath does best. You go supernova. Google it. It's a thing. Why? To give them a taste of their own bloody medicine. That's metaphorically. I know we're on YouTube. That's a metaphor. Now, a saying. When they see themselves because you're acting exactly like they do. Because, see, they don't hear themselves. And if they did, they think that they're wonderful. But they don't hear what you hear. And the people that they offend and, be obnoxious to. When they see themselves in the empath, the narcissist, they suck the life out of you. They suck your energy out of you on purpose to make themselves be able to, snub you, feel superior. They're not. They snub you. They're not snubbing you. They're being obnoxious. And they can't take their eyes off of their victim. Got it? The story of Narcissus was he fell in love with his reflection. This is Mirror Mirror. Welcome to my channel. So you are literally, energy-wise, you're mirroring it back to them. And they are enchanted by that, even though the way they treat you, you wouldn't think that. But no, I'm telling you, energy-wise, on that level, the divine is working on your narcissist. If they believe in the divine or not, it doesn't matter. The divine doesn't care if you believe in it or not. It just would be nice. So they can't take their eyes off of you. You're copying that narcissistic superiority, condescending behavior, but you're an empath. Your heart space is open. You can be vulnerable. You know who you are. You use your most authentic self. They do not know who they are. They only know how to survive from just the false self that everyone has that, well, if we inhabit, I know we wouldn't do jury duty. We'd skip it. You don't skip it now, they'll put you in jail. Not spiritual jail, real jail. So, these abusive hiney nuts will be super pissed because first they're enamored for a second. You see it hits them that, oh, collective must be making fun of me. See, they have to reject what you're doing, but they were enamored with it. That means they liked it. They can't admit that they liked it. So they're going to be pissed because you are mocking the crap out of them. Now then, let's see if I can do this right. You are ridiculing the narcissist, but you're doing it in a positive way to teach them, not a lesson or anything, because they're not going to learn a lesson. But you're teaching them that you have outsmarted their little power trip. And now they will attack you, but you don't care. They're going to attack you anyway, no matter what you do. No later, somehow, some way, they're going to attack you for no reason at all. And they'll make up, they'll pull it real or imagined out of their behindy butt. They're going to attack you, an empath. For the way of responding to your bully or narcissist, or your energy sucker, the manipulations that they use to dominate and control you. You can see it now. And you can't tolerate it now. Before you tolerated it because we said it before, you were numb. When I realized I wasn't numb anymore, I was embracing a part of my soul, myself that was authentic. And then the divine and spirit, Holy Spirit, encouraged me, go for it. You're free now. You're free from this day forward. They can't do this to you. You figured out. And then from that point on, went forward. The next day when they try to step on you with that power trip in your soul family, your soul tribe is also your spirit family around you. You feel around you. You feel their love around you all the time. Your angels, your spirit team is tripping. And you have to give your spirit team from that point on. It's what I learned the hard way. You have to give them permission. Yes, I give you permission. I'm in my higher self. See, you can't be in your ego. They won't do it. You say to I'm in my higher self. I give you permission to go and sit down and talk to that person. You scold them severely about the nose and throat. Are the children out of the room? You tell them this. And then you give the order out to St. Michael. You have to ask him. I give you permission to cut any cords to fear, any cords to uncertainty, any cords to fear of the unknown, any cords that are going to stand in the way of what I need to do to continually on my own with my adversary, whoever my adversary is. In my unique case, I ask and give St. Michael permission to help me. Thank you, St. Michael. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for hearing my petition. But you better be willing to, when you ask him or give him permission to do something or to help, you better be willing to do your own lifting, what your responsibility is. You will act in ways way different than you were to these ignoramuses before. You're not being cruel or aggressive like they are. You're an empath. You're gentle and kind with people. You're kind and considerate. You don't cross other people's boundaries, even though everyone runs roughshod over yours. You respect others until, they run roughshod over and they don't deserve that respect, and you have to set boundaries. So you're not being mean, and they don't like it, want one bit, and so they will continue. As you lay those down, they'll attack you. Don't care. They're going to attack you anyway for any other million reasons du jour, right? So empaths are humans too. We're not saints, but this is how I was taught to do this since, when was that, 2020? When was the corona part? You will have the urge to teach every abuser a lesson, but it's your right to do that as an empath because you are trusted with that authority by the divine. He trusts you with that. God trusts you with that. Who or whatever you believe in trusts you won't abuse that authority. Now let's see if I can do this without knocking the phone over. Twin flame or soulmate or person on your mind or a total hot mess right now. Now then, I told you, so that he doesn't live rent-free in my head, I do this. Twin flame energy, not, I guess if you are really twin flames, then come in here. But we all have access to twin flame energy in order to get stuff done. I'll put it this way in the tarot, maybe. That you've got both the Emperor and the Empress inside of you, collective. So you can get things done. Manifest to culmination, not just manifesting and spinning your wheels and get nowhere. Manifest to culmination. You have both balanced out. It suggests that love feelings in a relationship, the fourth chakra energetic healing needed, occurs from that hot space. Today, slow down and find balance. Aren't they cool? You can't see their cowboy boots. I'm from Texas. Emmer ants and cowboy boots. Isn't that cool? Now then, let me see. This is what I got during my meditation earlier. What does the divine need to share? Holy Spirit. I'll get over that in a minute. I was having to fight the cat for the chair. He was like, no, film me. I want to be in your video. And then I started it and he's like, no, I don't. I'm being shy. So, but he's my kitty. Holy Spirit says that you can finally focus your mind on manifesting your desires first. Then everyone else is going to fit into place. Because if you're all good on the inside and you're okay, then everything on the outside world has a chance to be okay for that reason. And each day you do that automatically by becoming more and more and accepting more of your authentic self. That's the key here. If you don't do that, it makes it, you can get stuff done, but it makes it really, really a struggle. It's difficult. So why not just love yourself, I say shamelessly, not conceited. It's coming from your heart space to your own heart space. and what crosses that heart space. Holy Spirit, thank you. You set rules that will push you forward, if they like it or not, and that you don't have time to listen to their fa-la-ra, that you just don't have time for it and you're not doing it. I have things to do. And you don't defend yourself. That's what they want to waste your time away. Why do you see? 4 hours later, they've just sucked you into another circular. That's their main power trip, is interrupting you so you can't finish a speech, a thought, making you hold in your thoughts. In a minute, let me finish. So you're holding your thought in like holding a fart in. It's painful. And they do that on purpose to the point that you will forget what it was you were trying to talk about. And now they know that they did that to you and they're superior to you. They're not. They're just being an a-hole. All the children out of the room. Now, the universe is watching over you, though. You are protected. The divine love, the divine care, the divine protection and guidance for you, this is being poured over your head. And then for the next 2 weeks, your divine guides, they will not stand by as you refuse to remain focused, because they're diddling, messing, delaying, so that they can waste your time and your energy and frustrate you and nothing make them happier. On my channel, you figure out whatever the hell it is that they want from you at any given time. No, you better have enjoyed me giving you all that stuff before, because I'm not doing that anymore. Better have enjoyed it, because I'm not doing it. And then you don't. Nope. This is where I came into the movie, where you're going to do, and here comes the lying, and here comes the da-da-da-da. You can set your watch by it now, because you've leveled up, collective. They want you to remain focused on you, not the narcissist. See, that's a power trip that they're pulling on you. Then I say, I give my shadow team permission to go after Uncle Grey Rock. You go and tell him this. Sit him down and tell him this, something specific that you desire for him to know. That's my husband, Uncle Grey Rock. Got it? I'm Auntie Grey Rock. But you know me, you can just call me Auntie. Everyone on Auntie Grey Rock at one point, Auntie, we love you, Auntie. So just call me Auntie. A-U-N-T-I-E, Auntie. But definitely in the future, this divine guidance, this vibration you keep raising, you're creating energy shifts, and you bring in a new beginning, and then you bring another energy shift in, and then another new beginning comes in to replace all of those fears that you had St. Michael cut the cords on. Thank you, St. Michael, for doing what I asked. What's your hope? Well, this morning, for my meditation, the angels keep helping you to step ahead. They keep showing you in increments the ways to go, and are teaching you, the more you accept of yourself, authentically be who you are, and you be shamelessly, not proud like the fall proud. But you show yourself a kindness and you feel it, because you're not numb. Not anymore. Those around you, this could be your narcissist. The ones who love you keep urging you to keep on planning your future better, using, they're happy you came to this place called Mirror Mirror, and that they've been telling you to be yourself, but it resonated with you what I'm saying, to be your most authentic self, so that spiritually, those people in the know that know what I'm talking about, they already know what I'm saying. And they're happy because you found a way to have that brought into your life by going to Mirror Mirror. the universe would like for you to live and to please have fun again. Hey, I'm old enough that y'all probably know like the Tim LaHaye books and stuff like that, right? I'm so old that I was really young, barely a tween, barely a teenager. It was called The Late Great Planet Earth. No, that one really stuck with me, that book. I don't even know if it's, leave me a comment if you're a baby boomer. And when you were when you started we were called Jesus freaks. And people hated us because it's not cool to be a Jesus freak. Yeah, it is. It's always been cool. But that wasn't your problem if you were the Jesus freak. It was theirs. Well, anyway, it talked about all of this stuff that's going to happen, and then it's like, I know I'm an older person, and I have been through a heck of a lot. This old noggin of mine's been through a lot, but so far the late great planet Earth was pretty close to what the vibration, I guess, in that. You know how a book has an ambiance, the setting, the tone of the book. Well, this was about before the part where Revelations, where Jesus really comes back for real. But I can remember parts from that book that's starting to sound like what is going on out there in the world, and I figure if that's the case, you all just come in here to Mirror, and we'll talk about it. We'll discuss it. That we want to come in here so that we don't have to watch the news and get all freaked out and panic and stuff, because we don't want to. We're too old for that crap, some of us. Well, even you young'uns do. No, we're not doing this. We are not doing this. We will stay home and take care of each other. We will work with what we have, and we will support each other that way to the best of our ability. That's all we can do. You know it's all we can do. So your outcome, well, part of your outcome, I have to get over there. These are just my notes. Good Lord, I couldn't remember. All you young people out there on YouTube, I don't know how well, maybe it's because they're young. How they can memorize all that, the other stuff, not the tarot, that's what they know, like breathing, but no, all that stuff you have to know to be on YouTube. So that they don't, for some of them, get money. So that you don't do something wrong and then they demonetize, something called demonetization or something. Like, I did this before because I like doing it. I wasn't in it for the money, because that's desperation. You can't get out of diddly squat coming from a place of desperation. You just can't. You can't raise your vibration to 5D to get grounded and balanced and centered, so you can ask for help or get real help from people or from the divine or whoever. I don't care if you believe in a flying spaghetti monster. That's what you believe in. Ask it, give it permission to help you then. We don't do spiritual arrogance on my channel. Last time we had atheists. They were getting blood. No, I got at them. Don't anyone you mean going after our atheists? They're allowed to be here too. And don't you dare tell them they're going to hell because they're an atheist. That's wrong. And we don't judge people on this channel, which is why we don't watch the news, because you get a little judgy, don't you? So I'm saying, y'all, I'm starting, we've got, 2 whole videos. You got to start somewhere. Let's grow the library together. Let's spend our time doing something, for God's sake, that's fun. We're going to need to find a way to lighten up on this channel. It'll be our soul family's intent that the work we do here on Mirror Mirror, that this is part of all, if you become a soul tribe member, this is part of your soul mission. This is part of your calling. You find yourself here on Mirror Mirror, like on Auntie Grey Rock before. We did some heavy lifting as light workers on that channel. For real. We would raise the vibration so high that the earth, that's what we do as earth angels. The word earth, angel, is not metaphoric. What we do to serve the divine and serve humanity, our energy is actually cleaning that poor earth. The earth itself, her vibration, is 5D. Since we got here, it has been her intent, Mother Earth, for human beings to be raised to that 5D consciousness. Note, if you take your shoes off and stand in the earth, you will ground because of the magnetic field that is around you, a person that's around everything, and the magnetic field that is on the earth. In the beginning, we were supposed to all be 5D, grounded, balanced, and centered, chakras in alignment, and that's what we were supposed to inherit in the beginning, till Adam and Eve kind of screwed things up in that mythology, huh? Well, real or imagined, energy is real. And our intentions, our thoughts on Mirror Mirror are that we come in here because we do this work, and the side effect of that is we cleanse the earth's aura. We cleanse the earth's energy. The earth doesn't get gray hair. She stays grounded so that we crawling on her face like little bugs, we get grounded. That's her gift to us and all animals and creatures that crawl on the earth. So, you are capable of any undertaking that heals you, starting right now. You keep that with you every day in the present tense. You maintain a sense of balance. And it becomes a lot more fun to manage your life, especially if you've got toxic people. You've got superhuman patience, because you're dealing with a full-grown adult that should never act out like this, so negative that it hurts them, and they feel the need to break and hurt other people, especially if you're an empath, especially you. Everything about you drives them nuts. That's their problem. They're trying to change you and mold you into something that they can with. Oh, to heck with that. You're not doing it anymore. Let everything about you drive them nuts. You don't care. Before, you used to listen and try to change yourself, and it wasn't in alignment with who you really, truly, authentically are. It wouldn't work, and then they'd get mad because they need you to not be your authentic self, or you're going to figure it out. Be open to receiving. Avoid those naysayers. You dismiss the skeptics. Some of you got a love of your life. Warts and all, you're thankful for what you do have. You're going to work with what you've got and see what you can bring in. This is a vibration from the divine with a message for you. They bring assistance in all of your undertakings, success in all of your endeavors, not just today, but moving forward, using your authentic self. Quickness and clearness of thought. It's a fact that once I live in the same house, but once I separated my energy from him, I guess would be a good way of saying it. I did start to, you glow up, of course, but I started looking better. Your finances get better. Your health gets better. Your mental and emotional health. My goodness. And you're not going to go back to that. Wow, this is deep. What I'm being shown, this is something really important. to each and every one of you. But in spite of them, they're going to try and do and blow up at you and stuff, and you don't do tit for tat with them. You don't let your ego in ever. That's what's driving them nuts. They've lost their power. That means you keep getting resolved the more authentically you become comfortable with yourself in your own skin too. They can't shake you and make you insecure at all, and they're worried. Your person's worried, whoever I'm picking up on this. I don't like this person I'm picking up on. This person comes towards you to delay in all of your communications. They'll do something like drop your phone, break your phone, erase stuff that you need off your phone. Because, see, you trusted them at one point and you didn't put a face lock or a secret code on your phone. Well, you're going to change that, aren't you? Why, yes, I am, Auntie. They want a union or a contract or offer you some kind of bogus future faking you deal, promise you something, never deliver, that once we reach this milestone, then the relationship will be perfect, only by my standards, and you don't have any say. See how that works? So they can move goalposts. The color purple I saw, but more like not a shade, that would be like dark, deep purple. It's like a hue, white, added to purple will turn it into almost like a pastel almost. But it was a tint of lavender, the color purple. And to me, that means high spiritual purification. You wear this color somehow. I don't care if you just put a little flower in your lapel, or ladies, the eyeshadow, or whatever you affiliate to, whatever you accent your eye makeup, maybe with just maybe an accented neutral little splash of purple, the corner of your eyelashes. This is to bring the angels. This color releases a vibration. All things on this earth, like I said, have a vibration. You wear that shirt because you feel good in that shirt. Well, that shirt had a vibration that said, "Buy me, I will look good on you." Your authentic higher self picked it out. And then when they say, "Don't wear that, you don't look good in that," you're being tested. Well, I like it and I'm going to wear it. And I do not care what you say or think. And they will, in the future, really go after you for wearing a shirt. You're funny. And you walk away. To bring the angels, some of you, if you wear lavender, you can request that the angels of your love partner or companion or friend, if you like, platonic, you bring their angels in if you seek out comfort for that person, that you're bringing their angels in to ask them for advice, and they show you somehow or tell you what you should do. Say a prayer. Sometimes say a prayer used before exercise, and y'all, when we're older, you think as you get older that this is stupid. I'm not asking a doctor. Yeah, you are. Even if I've been juggling for 21 years but had a health episode, and in December I had to ask the doctor, "Can I juggle?" And he said, "What did you do before?" And I said this. He said, "Do not do that." You're going to start off small and you're going to work up in increments. And that is what I did, is what the doctor said. Some of you say a prayer before your innate psychic awareness. Some of you are taking on new gifts. And you need to boost your innate psychic awareness by being aware that your talents and gifts, you've been given a new ranking spiritually. Some of you went up in your spiritual ranking on the other side, congratulations. This is a way, when you say these prayers, to boost your enthusiasm for love. I watched a woman named Amanda, is it Confidential Conduit? She said her advice to us was, don't be afraid. Don't be in fear. She said that when she gets afraid, I thought this was brilliant. She tells people, her authentic self tells people, I'm not afraid. What's the fun of being in fear? I'm excited. And I thought that was brilliant. Instead of being afraid, just be excited that this bizarre stuff is going on or whatever it is, but don't fear it. Be excited because you're being shown. Well, on my channel, I'll go one step further. Yeah, I'm excited because I'm growing my soul, for good or bad. That's the only reason we're here, is to grow that soul. Extend love. Let's see if we can get it in there. Woohoo! Love and tons of light. I like that, Holy Spirit. Your aim is to make a loving impression, some of you. Now, you could do this as your self-love and your authentic self, and it's just you because you're done with love. But if your aim is to make a loving impression on someone you like a lot, all the children out of the room, and you can, for a loving impression, you can invite someone to be hugged, someone to be pet, like you pet your cat on their little head, on their head, right? To be petted appropriately. And sometimes in a very romantic way. It depends on where you sit with all that, either alone or with another person. All the children out of the room. And you help people. This is the tarot T over there. You help people shed self-doubt. So why would you self-doubt? When you teach other people don't do, that's not a good thing you do. Let's see now. Some of you are traveling. They're showing me that if you are traveling or you're going to travel, you're protected. You are traveling usually, at least we should be, in your higher self. When you are traveling on the road or on an airplane, on a trip, abroad or domestically, you're in your higher self. The children children get into trouble because they're just being themselves. Every time they go, we don't want to go on vacation. We're just being kids and we keep getting in trouble, more trouble than when we're at home. But because we're on vacation, so the kids now, we're just going to be kids. You carry energy that's tied to authentically true self-love. That's in your own skin. You carry energy of sacred love and a sense of sensuality. And you can feel your angels around you. They love to show you that they care. You can feel them embracing you. You can feel their energy like it's energy, but it's like a hug. They don't have a corporeal body, or the weight of a hand or something, but the energy has, I guess, volume to it. But they do this, if you feel this is collective, this is a sign to strengthen your faith in you. On all levels, you can rely on yourself. You'll never betray yourself or lie to yourself. You might fool yourself, but eventually you stop. It's when other people lie to you and then won't take accountability for it. Some of you, your psychic gift is if you smell like violets, that color, like an African violets, that's a very strong spiritual vibration. that your olfactory, that's your nose, is able to pick up psychically. You're able to, that's what I'm saying. Some of you are roses. Roses, usually that's the Virgin Mother. That's another really high spiritual resonance, because every scent has a musical note to it. Did you know that? It resonates because music is universal. So a rose has a frequency that's equivalent to a musical note. Isn't that cool? So some of you can smell the odor of sanctity. That is your psychic gift. It's attributed to a miraculous fragrance coming from a holy source. Like, I think that saints, see, Saint Mary, she would be a saint. And if you're in church and you just smell, I mean, rose, it's heady. There's no way someone behind you went spritz or something. It's like it keeps growing. That's energy. That's the divine showing you something. Now then. Now, your crafty narcissists are very crafty at being power trippers. Nobody so far, till you came along, collective, knew to even know how to protect themselves from this person. And now you're acing it. Well done. Others, until now, didn't know how to create an effective power shift, to create an effective power dynamic for themselves, but you did before you found my channel. But I'm just giving you affirmation. You had an effective power dynamic you created for your own sake, and the divine and your spirit team helping you to protect you. This is a power dynamic that you grew it for yourself, and never for your narcissist. This is what they can't undo. This is how you undo their power trip. On this day, those people didn't know where to begin to get the normal life back, for just simply wanting to know how to take their power back. It's very easy to take your power back. You say, I'm not doing this anymore to this person. You set a boundary and you say, I'm taking my power back from you. I never should have given power or authority to you, or agency or anything. That was my mistake. Well, I'm rewriting it. Here's the boundary. This is how that gig's going to go from now on. And they'll try to, no, you can't. Watch me. You're the one who embraced your authentic true self with glee, shamelessly loving yourself and liking it a lot. And when you are purely an empath, and you are collective on all levels, I hope you realize, I hope you learn. Empaths control narcissists too. But see, they just blow themselves up bigger than life and puff their chest out and bully and threaten, and and a lot of us have been taught from our original families to not stick up for ourselves, especially our authentic self, but even a broken self or something, or whatever self you are, before you embrace your authentic self and grow forward on that. Empaths control narcissists too. And that's, once you realize that, you'll see that you can undo every power trip. Back at your nasty narcissist, and then it's touche. When you detach on purpose, it scares the wicked willy out of the narcissist. I know it's hard because you used to care for this person deeply, I'm sure. But your authentic self knows that this person is not going to help you grow from now on. This is why you're asking Saint Michael to please help you. I give you permission to cut the cord with this narcissist. and that narcissist and that one over there, but we're going to focus on this big one right here first. And I thank you ahead of time. I thank you, St. Michael, for allowing me to ask you and give you permission. It starves them. Have St. Michael help you figure out how to safely starve your narcissist energy-wise from sucking the life out of you. It's your energy. It's not theirs. They're not entitled to it. And do not be just, well, you can have a little. No. You need it. It starves them, and then they get cranky. As an empath, you can at least beat the pants off your narcissist by giving no resistance whatsoever. Let me show you this. See if I can do it. They want you to push on them, and this is what you're going to do. They push on you. They fall on their face. You took all resistance away. They fall on their face. They can't fight with you if you keep taking all resistance away. Pushing up against you, pushing on you, pushing back. Step to the side. With all that momentum, they fall to the ground hard by giving no resistance whatsoever. You won't speak. You won't give emotional reactions at all. That's what they want. You're not giving them whatever it is they want from now on. The fun is in you're not getting it. No, I gave you all that in buckets before. You better have enjoyed it. That's all you're going to get, because from now on, no new supply. We speak to set new boundaries in real time, empaths. By constantly interrupting their speeches, their circular conversations to shut you up, you talk over them while laughing about it at your skill to silence the why are you interrupting me? You do it to me 400,000 times in 39 years. How does it feel? No, just like that. No. No, you keep trying to talk. I'm going to talk over you. And he's getting more and more frustrated because, well, that's what they do to you. You don't like it. And I told him that. And I can see that you don't like it. You don't appreciate it. No, I don't appreciate it. See, now they're agreeing with you. Well, we're not doing that anymore. If you talk over me, I don't engage. I walk away. And you don't get to decide. I could spend or waste 15 seconds with you, or a whole minute, or I get only 4 seconds in and see the forest for the trees and say, no, we're not talking. I don't have time for this. And they will get pissed, but you don't care. And you go and do what you need to be doing, because 9 out of 10 times they were doing that to waste your time and your energy and your day and ruin something that they figure that they have the power to ruin. Not when you walk away. Go to your sanctuary where they're not allowed to come in there. You will speak to set new boundaries by doing this constantly. Do not give them control on any level. Do not answer any questions. This is the hardest part, because they have you trained like a seal that I'm going to ask you a question. You're going to and then I'm going to give you a fish and ask you the question again while you're still eating the fish, and then I expect you to answer every question after that, and you only get one fish. And they will flabbergast you. They will frustrate you. They have you trained. Well, not anymore. You say, I don't answer your questions. I don't have to. Oh, they get pissed, but you don't care. No. And they'll say, you answered my question. No. I told you, tell them no. You get a kick out of telling them no from now on. They're going to get mad, you don't care. They're going to explode, you don't care. They're going to melt down, you don't care. Because you see, when they do that, they're spending the narcissistic supply or energy that they sucked out of you in the morning before they went to work. Let them spin their wheels and spend their own narcissistic supply without it affecting you. Eventually, they will learn to stop doing that to you, obviously. Mine did. That's just my experience. Leave me a comment. Tell me if when you do that, what happens with you. Do not give admiration unless what I told you later you're setting up. It's like a little hamburger. The first bun is you commend them for something they did just a few minutes ago or later, earlier in the day, or something for real. It cannot be something you wanted in the future because they ain't going to do it then, or in the past, or they're going to take you down a rabbit hole. A few minutes ago, that was really nice that when you took the trash out, that you cleaned out the trash can and rinsed it out. Then you let him have it, but you were kind of immature when you came in and made me look at the work. I do chores all the time, day in and day out, hundreds of them. And I don't pull you over and say, look, I did the dishes. Look, I folded the laundry. Look, I fed the cat. Look, Okay, so I'm telling you that just so you know. But just how you did earlier and you went beyond your normal routine with the taking out the trash, I appreciate that. But when there are balls flying up in the air and a pop fly, you do not give admiration unless it precedes a criticism used to set a new boundary. Do not give them consent to control or dominate you. And that alone sets the tone. They feel their superiority is being shredded to pieces. And they feel threatened. So what? With exposure, because they are realizing they are getting karma. Now, they don't believe in karma, so they're not going to admit it to you, but you'll know. You subtly challenge that overblown sense of entitlement. You dare to question my toxic actions? How I misinterpret how you feel, collective, to punish you for no reason. How dare you ignore my demands to answer my question? You just kicked their bratty sense of being submerged in all those toxins that are so ingrained in them, and you of all people shadow their arrogant grip on their entitlement used to destroy your life. And you're a sweetheart. And you never deserved all this ridiculous dark workings that they give to you. So the lunatic fringe is at its best. Let them. This is not fear. They're mad. They're enraged. They say, I'm afraid this is going to happen. I'm going to be... No, they're not in fear. They're enraged. And they're saying it's fear in order to manipulate you. That's a power trip. You know something shady's going on, and they know you know, and this is just, woo, tipping them like tipping over a cow in a field. Tower blew back, karmic justice for their ego, and you go do you. We have a divine masculine who's protecting a divine feminine from a karmic each and every day. We're going to get over there and do that. You rid your home of negative, toxic cross situations by changing yourself to being your more authentic self and being receptive. You will start to repel the negativity. What they bring to you will be repelled. It'll just blow back on them before it can even land on you. Isn't that wonderful? Some of you are having prophetic dreams. Say a solid prayer for protection. Of course you do. I know you do. Your spiritual hygiene is really, really important. Just like brushing your teeth and stuff. Toxic warning, distorted feminine or masculine. Deep emotions not always controlled. This is what that divine masculine is protecting a divine feminine. Now, there's no gender in tarot. This is just energy. This is spiritual masculine energy is protecting spiritual feminine energy from karmic each and every day. That means these energies are in a human being. And that karmic is bringing negative energy. This narcissist is losing control over you. And they're trying to get your attention. But collective, more and more you're becoming your more authentic self. And you just are not in alignment with them and all that toxicity anymore. That's to God's glory. Let's heap praise on God's name for that one. This toxic is in regret about you to the point of tears. That is them getting karma. That is them getting karma. Narcissists have an eerie relationship with all aspects of reality. They see happiness as fleeting, so they don't want you to have any either. They see happiness as a bad deal, as being very disappointing. You, on the other hand, you use your self-discovery, loving on yourself. You pursue what really makes you happy. And they don't like it when people are happy. They have to disrupt it because they never can be happy. Sure they can. Each of us make ourselves happy. If we had a magic wand that we could wave over another person and go poof like Harry Potter, you're happy. Don't you think we'd all be using those wands? Like Harry Potter. Don't you think? No. I have the right to make myself happy. That is the power I have. I don't have the power to make my husband, even if he was not like this, if he was normal, let's say. I still wouldn't have the magic power to make him happy. And a lot of people run on in this world that other people make you happy. Nobody makes you happy but you. You control that. Now, they can irritate you and stuff, yeah. But inside, happiness comes from you. You love yourself, then you can love another person. Then they make themselves happy because they're with you, around you, working with you, building something you want to build together that's stable and has longevity. Right? Your narcissist doesn't. They want to coast and be lazy. You want to be complete. You want a completely full life where you don't mind facing reality because you're well adjusted and stable. You healed yourself. Nobody came in to help you either. You had to, you did alchemy. You transmuted your pain into leveling up, into spiritually building upon yourself in a positive way. They're not comfortable in the present tense. They focus on the future only, or the past trauma only. They obsess on that. But they overanalyze and overthink everything. And they create excruciating shame around the anxiety that they create in themselves. They do it to themselves. Over the future, about if it will come or not, they create anxiety. They live in the past because they don't do any shadow work. They don't want to heal. And a lot of you are learning it's okay that you can't heal someone who doesn't want to heal. That if you were brought in to heal this person, apparently you healed them to a certain point. And the divine said, you've done your part. They chose to not fulfill their contracts, their soul contracts. But you did, so we're going to reward you, collective. They don't think they need to heal. They're perfect. See, they are kidding themselves. And they feel superior because if they have a licensed professional, they figure that they are outsmarting a licensed professional. And that is a very sorry approach for your narcissist, actually, because now their own healing, they start off with limitation that way. They can't help it. If that therapist, licensed professional, becomes a threat to their false sense of their self, or triggers or makes them look at something, yeah, they'll call, oh, you're a quack. I'm not coming back. I don't have this. I don't have to do that. They'll just, but the licensed professional knows. When they took the narcissist on, they knew that could happen. All right, now, Lord God, Heavenly Father, you know that we are all set in the midst of so many great dangers. So we come to Mirror Mirror and we spend time with Auntie, with Kim, with Auntie, and that by reason of the frailty of our human nature, we cannot always stand upright. Grant all of us, antagonist or protagonist, saint or sinner alike, either way it goes, grant us the strength and protection to support us during these dangerous times in the world, metaphorically, because we're on YouTube, and carry us through all the temptations. And we thank your sacred Son, Jesus Christ our Lord, and accept this prayer. Amen. Now on my channel, every single day, we use the power of prayer imbibed with mighty white light. So this is the part where we use the glory of God. This appears to affect your narcissist when we do this work because it's a prayer. We're praying for him. See how on this channel, see how the glory of God appears? Every morning when we do this, he's here with us. The divine are here with us. All of your angels and ancestors are here with you, all around you, all that love. And we're grateful for all that God has done for your narcissist. Now then. First, we bathe the collective, all of you, on all levels, from head to toe. We bathe you first in the divine's healthy white light of unconditional, non-judgmental love vibrations. We ask your higher self to ask the higher self to get permission from your bully or narcissist or whoever you are being challenged by for whatever reason, to bathe that narcissist or bully in God's healing, healthy white light of unconditional love on all levels. Now, this is the part where you tell this person, this narcissist, that you love yourself and with all sincerity that you want them to love themselves. Please. You're petitioning that person to please find it in your heart to love yourself. Now you talk to them as if they're standing before you. If it's your boss, I don't appreciate that you set up this dynamic where it's hard for us to feel worthy to come and talk to you to get a pay raise. Or what you did with the bonuses that went poof. Got it? Now you said your piece. You make sure that your thoughts and your intentions are pure and selfless, aligned with the highest good of all. Not only for myself, but for everyone else who works there. We would like for you to, if it's uncomfortable for you, we're willing to work with you to make you comfortable so that we can have this connection at work. And everyone gets their bonuses. We know that you didn't mean for a glitch to happen at the bank and but that was months ago and it seemed like it slipped your mind. We're just saying. See, you're being your authentic self, or higher self is talking to them. You're not in your ego tearing them a new you-know-what. That I'm saying this to you for the highest good for all of us that are employed here. Got it? So please stay attuned. We tap into this rhythm every day. We seek out this rare vibration because whoever thinks to do energy work on a bully Well, on Mirror Mirror, we do. And we did it for 3 years in different ways in prayers over on Auntie Grey Rock. When you're done speaking your truth, that this is for the highest good for all, you thank your narcissistic boss's higher self for allowing you to play. And then you thank your higher self for them bringing you in there. And what happens is everyone has a higher self, even your bully of a boss. And so their higher self and your higher self are in the 5D are sitting their little butt down, and they can't interrupt you, blame twist, future fake you, interrupt you. They're actually in a place where they have to listen to every word, and they feel it. Not just hear it. They feel what you're saying because you've popped them into the 5D. That's where we are right now. And now we say thank you to the divine for this white light meditation. And now we, Soul Tribe, we return, coming back into your authentic life with renewed energy. And let life be fun. It's a time to step back and stop. Smell some roses. Unless you're allergic to them, it's a metaphor. In other words, reflect on what you do have that's good. Both you and they are bathed in unconditional and non-judgmental love on every level. That's God's love. Now then, let me get over there. 126. Okay. Now then, real fast here. How you doing? I did it this way because this is only my 3rd video, and I just came from the dentist. It's really important to take care of your teeth. That is a self-love practice that kicks in the law of attraction so that perhaps you get to keep your teeth. Just take care of the ones you want to keep. This is you spiritually. Look at the clouds. Isn't that pretty? This is the Knight of Cups. This is an offer. That's gonna levitate, isn't it? If that book falls, that's all it is, but it might knock the camera off. Here you are. Here's that Queen of Wands. And you're also the Queen of Swords. I don't see the Empress out here yet, but this is you. And your Empress, you're very receptive. You're not taking action on the person. You're just telling the powers that be that you would like your narcissist to love themselves, to give themselves a love off. Then we've got the 3 of Cups. Because your authentic self is learning how to undo their ability to always live rent-free in your head, to the mind midwifery that goes on. They're an opportunist. They are like an emotional child. They're just a man-child, or what? I know I told you this. No, you make it resonate, but man-child is what I'm dealing with. And this is you with your authentic self. Now look, what they did to you in the past, that blue nun is your higher self, taking you under your own wing to heal yourself. By being your most authentic self, you're a nun. You were a wretched little thing before. Your head banged up, your arm is bleeding, your wrist is bleeding, you've got a crutch. always been on the outside of your bully or narcissist, that no matter what you do or don't do, it just never stops. This is you after spiritual awakenings. It's no picnic. Immediately, this is where you are shown the people, namely toxic people, places, and things, but namely people that you loved or counted on before are not going to be able to go with you forward for your soul mission. And that's all it is. And they're going to take it very personally. But you have to decide that your spirituality is more important than any human being does not have the right to delay or stop. That's like telling God, who has a plan for your soul purpose, no, you don't. You're God. You don't get collective. That's spiritual arrogance. Or telling the universe that's been doing everything right forever, the universe is doing it wrong. In your case, collective, just again, 7 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. This is you. This is what's ahead for you. Being in your most authentic self and how this propels you, moving you forward. Full circle. Being able to pay attention to all these new details added to what you already got under your belt, so that it's a blend of the old and the new. Come in full circle in peace, keeping your peace, creating. This is your 10 out of 10. You're just generational wealth. Thank you, Holy Spirit. The energy that you are raising around yourself by being your most authentic self, and each day you do more and more, you're causing quite a stir on the other side. By taking your power back this way, without you realizing it, you're so strong, your energy, your aura, not just the one you are, maybe you can't go no contact, the other one you is like, I'm married to mine, or the toxic bullies or people that are in your family that have done this to your whole life. Something shifts. They can't do that anymore to the degree that you took your power back. All of you right now, you call St. Michael in and ask him once and for all to help you take your power back from not just the one, but all of them. I like that, Holy Spirit. Whatever that you are building, whatever your soul purpose is pointing straight. That energy is just boom, going straight upward. Oh my goodness. Now then. Princess, again, there's no gender. It could be a Prince of Cups, Princess of Cups. New beginning, message of an offer, new offer of self-love. You once and for all are going to tear out the stuff that you're like, anything that you do know about or don't know about, you need to leave this stuff over here so that you aren't burdened by it. They're saying these things over here aren't yours to begin with. And I think that part of the new beginning is, or message is, that it's okay for you to see that now. Maybe before you didn't want to see it, or it would have been embarrassing for you or someone or everybody or whatever. But you've leveled up so much, it's not in alignment with you, so of course you don't care. That's how you get rid of things that don't serve you. Get rid of that, and energy rise, you bring in what does serve you. And then you're cooking with gas. Again, people traveling, spiritually. The divine is making sure that they cannot detain you with these behaviors, immature communications. You're at the top of the Wheel of Fortune. They're at the bottom of the Wheel of Fortune. There's just nothing but air. There's nothing up there. You are sitting pretty at the top. You're sitting pretty. Pretty. Ah. Some of you thought that you were going to lay down and die. You were never going to get out from under all of these a-holes. Well, the divines, Father, Son, and Holy Ghost, that's what the three swords are that are floating above you. Or like, are you really going to just give up like that? Really? You're gonna ruin your destiny if you keep going this way and let these people keep you stuck. You're choosing out of fear on some kind of level. Don't be in fear. Like Amanda said, get excited about it. That's much more fun, don't you think? I don't want to be in abject terror. I would rather be excited. I'm just excited. 3. Oh, this is you being able to embellish upon your most authentic self, making your connection to yourself prettier, embellishing upon it. It's pretty beautiful to begin with. And that this is the divine offering you, like I said a minute ago, something you're going to be offered. You're going to be offered this to go focus on this and not your narcissist, because we're going to be watching you, or the divine. Something's coming in. We're going to see if you're going to really do this, or you just go, well, oh, maybe I'll do it in a couple of weeks, or maybe a little bit down the road, but maybe not now's the time to do it. They're saying, you're getting this offer to do something or start something now. Just by in your mind first deciding that, yeah, I'm going to do it. And then you take some kind of literal action to show the universe that you mean it. Well, they're going to think you're messing with the universe and you don't want to go there. It will be rewarding. It's not something bad. It's like a relief, an emotional relief, like, we dodged some kind of bullet. This is your narcissist when they realize they've lost their power and they can't feel superior to you anymore because you found your authentic self and they can't compete with that. That is your inner child. I don't care what your gender is. There's no gender in tarot. This is growth and you having fun, laughing so hard you wet your pants, and I know that's not ladylike or manlike, but it was funny. Lightening up. You're being told by the divine, part of this coming in is so that you can have some fun in life. Your ship's coming in to have some fun in life. That is the Hierophant. God is saying, lighten up, people. And the big thing he's saying is, it's going to be a new beginning that's bright and brilliant and covers many different areas all at the same time. It's that big, because towers are not always doom and gloom. This is tearing out what doesn't work, putting in what does work, so that, again, it's for the benefit of all, even your toxic people. That's how on my channel, I teach you how to tame your narcissist with good common sense and advice. And I make you go Google things for yourself. I mean, I could just spew blee, 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 blee to you, but some of this, I'm going to say, you Google what gray rock, how are you, yourself, me, myself, and I, how am I going to use gray rock, Auntie? I'm going to Google it and see what it is and go, well, I'm going to do it this way because my higher self told me to do it that way. Your higher self is your most authentic self. It's always been there, but we ignore it or never claim it. How sad. Well, I didn't mean to go on this long, but I went to the dentist and I'm still getting the ropes. I'm still learning how to do all this. It's all brand spanking new. It's a different setup when we did it before, but I'm happy to get overwhelming support from you, all of you, any way I can. I love your supportive views of what I do. You let me into your guild, and I love you for it, collective. With this energy work that we do, it's better to leave one toxic situation behind, or all of them, and then find inner peace and move on, even if you can't go no contact yet. You find a way in your own skin to work with what you've got, and then you become successful in that, and they do fit into place. Well, you become okay on the inside, and they become okay on the outside because they're not affecting you the same way. So I use light work to change the situation with prayer, and I never stop doing that. I do it every day. This simple meditation is to help you change your own mind so you can act accordingly and be safe in your own skin and happy and confident, growing into your freedom. You are free from now on. So if this video has resonated with you, collective, hit the thumbs up, share, subscribe, so you can really help out with the algorithm. And if you don't realize, I had another channel on YouTube. Well, to get here, you can still go to AuntieGrayrock.com, and it'll take you to this new channel called Mirror Mirror, where you harness the art of self-love to become your most authentic self, to outsmart a bully, an enemy, a pest, or a narcissist without breaking into a sweat. You go on, you have a really great day. I promise you it won't be this long tomorrow. I'm still working it out, but I love you. You have a blessed day.